Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Muruga, Kanda, Kadamba, Kadirvela, Kartigeya, Kumara, Gurubara, Shivakumara, Shivagami, Suthane, Sendil Managarvar, Sevar Kodigone, Sendil Managarvar, Sevar Kodigone, Sittam Gelam Ninainde. சித்தம் கெலாம் நினைந்து நினைந்து உருக சித்தனாய் வந்த நித்யானந்தனே குரு நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே
கண்ணில் படும் பொன் பண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை கொடும் குரு நித்யன் பலமுகம் உள்ளம் மறி கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும் பக்தி எனும் சக்தி தடை அருளிடும் பெருமானே வேலும் உண்டு மயிலும் உண்டு வாழ்வினை காத்திட நீ அருகில் உண்டு ஆறிரு கைகள் அணைக்க உண்டு ஆறுமுகன் உண்டு சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள் சஷ்டியின் நாயகன் கணவத்தை உரைத்தவன் கையிலை அமர்ந்த எங்கள் சரவண பவன் சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள். நெற்றியில் குங்குமம் வேலினை போலே தெரிகிறதே குரல் யாவும் இதயம் நுழைந்து சேவர் கொடி போல் அசைகிறதே அசைந்தாடும் கண்கள் இரண்டில் மயிலின் நடனம் தெரிகிறதே அலைந்தாடும் எந்தன் மனமோ அதனை கண்டு குளிர்கிறதே ஜகம் யாவும் மனிதரின் மனங்கள் தாவியும் ஓடியும் திளைக்கிறதே கையளவை கடலா எண்ணி வாழ்வை தினமும் தொலைக்கிறதே அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீ இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் நீயே அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீயே இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் நீயே கண்ணில் படும் பொன் பண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குரு நித்யன் பலமுகம் உள்ளம் அது கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும் பக்தி எனும் சக்தி தடை அருளிடும் பெருமானே
அரோகரா அரோகரா வேல் வேல் வெற்றி வேல் 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 வெற்றி வேல் அரோகரா 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 அரோகரா
குன்றின் மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே குன்றின் மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும் கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும் பால்காவடி பண்டிகாவடி அதை ஏந்தி ஆடி பாடிட மனமகிழ்ந்திட முடி திளைத்திட மலையேறி வந்து வணங்கிட மாயோனின் மருகனே தமிழ் காக்கும் தலைவனே வீரத்தின் புதல்வனே வேல் தாங்கும் வேந்தனே வேலவா ஷண்முகா கையிலையாண்டிடும் நித்தனே பரபரவா தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள். கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள்.
பெருமானே அருளிடும் பெருமானே பெருமானே.
ஓம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பரமசிவ சக்தி மத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்ய பர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். I welcome all of you with my love and respect. Paramashiva's message directly from Mahakailasa. Listen. Time in its three dimensions: linear, circular, vertical. Time in its three dimensions: linear, circular, vertical. When it is understood, mere understanding and conscious decision to use it is enough to get all the boons, blessings, powers, including enlightenment from Paramashiva. All the disciples, get ready, sit sincerely with absolute integrity. Now the initiation starts. Every word now comes out is direct initiation. Listen. Time in the linear level, when you understand the time in linear motion level, with your ideas about length, it is a calendar. Morning, evening, next day, next week, next month, past week, past month. Just calendar, mere calendar. Time understood in the dimension of length is mere calendar. It can be 10,000 years past, 10,000 years future. Mere calendar used to document the history. That's all. time understood in the level of breadth, little more than the level of length, in the level of breadth, is Panchanga, where the idea of the linear movement of the time, the documentation of the calendar, is substantiated and supported with the knowledge of how the stars move in the Bhumandala, or how the stars are perceived in Bhumandala. That is the understanding about time in the breadth level. Understanding about time in the depth level is astrology. The movements of the planets, Adityadi Navagraha Devatas, Aditya, Soma, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shugra, Shani, Rahu, Ketu. These 9 grahas, their movements, 12 rashis, their impact, 28 nakshatras, their influence, and Indradi Dasadik Balakas, their contribution. All these put together, when you understand time, it is understanding about the time in the depth level. That becomes a science called astrology. If you understand the time in the dimension of time itself, like inner image of the time, it's a pure consciousness and freedom. What Paramashiva reveals in Vedas and Vedantic truths. Please understand, Veda and Vedanta, Agama and Agamanta, all 4 is evolved by Paramashiva himself directly. In the Vedantic Upanishads, Paramashiva gives clearly the inner image about the time, what time feels about itself, is absolute freedom. All human beings who take me seriously, all my disciples who take me seriously, note this point. If you spend few days without cell phone, any contact with the outer world, where you are all alone, you only know the sound of the silence and the nature, at least few days. It can be a week or a month, up to you. At least few days if you spend, time will introduce itself to you. In the dimension of time itself, anyone who gets introduced about time by time. You are blessed and initiated into the other dimension of life. Listen. How much ever I try to convey, time in its inner image is the freedom you may try to imagine, visualize. But if you spend few days with the absolute silence of the nature, where only the nature's sounds speak to you, there is no other verbalization from the society, at least for a few days, you understand that time is freedom. Let me repeat. Time, perceived, experienced, cognized, just in the level of length is calendar. Time, perceived, experienced, cognized, in the dimension of breath is Panchanka. Calendar substantiated with the cosmic movements of stars, grahas. Time, perceived and understood, cognized in the dimension of depth is astrology. All the impact on time and by time on you, all the impact time receives from the cosmos, its impact on you. Understanding this whole depth is astrology. Adityadi Navagraha Devata, 12 Rashis, 28 Nakshatras, Dashadik Balakas, their collective influence on you is understanding of time in the depth level. Time understood in the level of time dimension itself is freedom. I will make this knowledge as a practical experience for you. Listen to me intensely. Listen to it intensely. I can introduce time in its inner image inside you through unclutching. I can make you experience the sound of cosmic silence. Anahata Dwani. Inside you by unclutching you. Especially my disciples who have given the spiritual GPA to me. I have the moral and conscious right to enter into your inner space and unclutch you. Whoever gives me that right, I will initiate you now, right now, and lead you step by step into the next level understanding. Next, circular experience of time. This is the arch, probably, of Mahakala Bhairava. Listen. In this motion, in this movement, memories, patterns, ideas, experiences, perceptions, cognitions, incidents go on repeating, including life and death. Just a repetition, 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 repetition. This repetitive pattern, circular motion of the time should be pushed behind you. Push it behind you. Do not entertain, entangle, engage with it. Do not try to correct the incidents. The more you try to correct, the more you will get sucked into it. How Mahakala Bhairava puts the circular motion of the time behind him. Push it behind you. Third, vertical time. The vertical time is experienced in your life only when you are in intense samadhi state. Normally, for a common man, when he is in really in absolute oneness, either during the initiation with Paramashiva or during the puja with the deity, or rarely during the sensual pleasures. If you listen to some music deeply which you really, really enjoy, few moments you experience vertical time. If you eat some food after a long time which you really enjoy, for a few minutes you settle down and experience vertical time. If you had a deep touch pleasure experience, it can be sexual or massage or romance, anything related. Deeply when you settle down inside, few seconds you experience vertical time. Either during the initiation or the extreme moments of pleasure, you get the glimpse of vertical time. If you get it during the initiation, it will be repeating again and again and raising you to the higher zones without tiring your body and mind. You will raise your consciousness more and more, stronger and stronger, powerful. With sensory pleasures, because the senses and its abilities are limited, the travel in the vertical time zone is restricted by the capacity of your body. That is why going through the route of the sense, five senses, pleasures, is less recommended. Going through the route of initiation, getting empowered, by samadhi state. Nirvikalpa samadhi state is the most beautiful way of raising yourself to the vertical time zone. Listen. Time perceived in the length dimension level is calendar, chronological time. Few million years in the past and few million years in the future. Just chronological calendar. Time perceived and cognized in the breadth dimension is chronological calendar supported, substantiated by the cosmological events like the movements of the stars, planets, all that. Time perceived, the dimension of depth is astrology. How? The cosmological events and movements of grahas, rashis, nakshatras, and digbalakas directly impact time, and how that time impacted by the cosmological beings impact you. This science is astrology. If you want time's self-introduction, Nirvikalpa Samadhi unclutching is the best state where time introduces itself to you. An absolute freedom. Then comes circular time, circular motion, circular dimension of time. Repetitive. Births and deaths. Trillions of times goes on and on and on till your consciousness consciously decides to step out of time from that circular rut. When you push that circular dimension of the time behind you, you manifest the powers of Kala Bhairava. You conquer time. Time becomes just maybe I should say your servant. It does what you want. It does not bind you anymore. And time in the vertical zone can get anything your consciousness wants, including enlightenment. That is the ultimate. Time in the vertical zone is the Trishul Mahakala Bhairava is carrying. Time in the circular movement is the Prabhavali behind Mahakala Bhairava. Push the circular time behind you. Keep the vertical time for your success in everything. I'll empower you with the time as power. Vertical time. As far as the experience of time, cognition of time, the moment you understand its various existence, its various dimensions of existence, its various levels of existence, knowledge liberates. Knowledge becomes power. Krishna knows the impact of planets on the Mahabharata war. That knowledge, simple knowledge, he played with it and changed even the impact of the planets and made Pandavas one. On Amavasya, if the war starts, only Kauravas will win. But already both sides agreed on Amavasya they will start the war. So what to do? One day ahead of Amavasya, Krishna gives Darpana. Sun and the moon both got terrorized, frightened. Hey, how can Krishna give Darpana one day before the Amavasya? Is something wrong? I think somebody gave false information to Krishna. He need to be told that Amavasya is tomorrow. So both of them rush to Krishna. Before Krishna offers the pinda, they rush and tell him, Prabhu, you forgot Amavasya is tomorrow, but you are giving pinda darpana today. Did anyone misinform you? Krishna smiles and says, what is the definition of Amavasya? Sun and the moon said, when sun and the moon meets, planet Earth. Both of you are here. Today is Amavasya. Done. Go. Receive the darpana. Over. The knowledge he had about the time in the depth dimension, he just manipulated it and manifested what he wants. Listen. I'll give you the knowledge about the time in the dimension of time. It means you will be protected forever beyond your self-doubts, self-hatred, self-denial. Understand? Beyond your self-doubts, self-hatred, self-denials, you will be protected. That is the power of the time when you understand time in its time dimension itself, Trishul is vertical dimension of time. Trishul in Mahakala Bhairava's hand symbolizes vertical dimension of time. The Prabha circle behind the Mahakala Bhairava symbolizes circular dimension of time. Circular dimension has no direct use for any seeker of enlightenment. If you are interested in enjoying the same pleasure, if you want the same husband again and again, same wife again and again, same birth and same type of death again and again, then go and enjoy the circular dimension of time. If you want a breakthrough, step beyond the circular dimension of time. Vertical dimension of time removes brain fog. Listen to this word. Brain fog is blind spots and delusions in your life. Feeling stuck is nothing but brain fog. You know, you don't like that breakfast, but you continue to eat because you forget to remember the options. Forgetting the possibilities and choices you have to have a breakthrough is what I define as brain fog. You have an option in every level, but forgetting the choices, forgetting the possibilities, forgetting the options, not having the guts to use all the tools with which you are empowered. You are empowered with multiple tools and equipments. You have the power of greed, power of making yourself greedy or making others greedy about something. It's a power. Making yourself putting in fear, frightened, or you can make someone frightened. It's a power. You can inspire yourself, you can inspire someone else. It's a power. Not using all these abilities to have a breakthrough, not even remembering you have all these choices. is brain fog. Vertical time liberates you from the brain fog. Listen, the circular time keeps the brain fog alive. As long as you have the brain fog delusion, the lifestyle with brain fog, the circular time will have power over you. The moment you decide, you will use the choices you have in your life and break yourself from this repetitive, boring, tiring, circular motion of life, getting stuck, rut. Your life, if it is CCTV, video recorded 24 hours for 1 year, only less than 10% of your movements will be new. Whether the way you get up from your bed, or the way you go to your restroom, wash yourself, or the way you grab your breakfast, or the way you get into your car and go to office, till the way you come back to bed and do or don't do your bed rituals. The whole thing, only less than 10% will be new. So 90% of your life is filled with the brain fog, and you will understand very seriously why you are having that deep feeling stuck, because you forget your possibilities, your choices, your abilities to break this boring, tiring, circular motion of time. Having a breakthrough, going for different choices, different possibilities, using different tools. I tell you, the more you use your body, the more it will become healthy. The more you use your ability to inspire yourself and others, more you will be living excited life. Inspiring yourself and inspiring others opens up so many possibilities, choices in your life. It removes boredom. I tell you, again and again, anyone who does the work of Kailasa, especially enriching and causing, will be 10 times more productive. Just the other day, I received a message from one of our Sarvanyapeta Yajaman, I think from Vivek Bansal. After he became Sarvanyapeta Yajaman, his wealth has expanded to 10 times more. I said, this is for everyone, not just for Vivek Bansal. Anyone who does enriching, see, enriching, either you inspire yourself or you inspire others, you break from the circular motion of life, the circular time. The excitement and inspiration and possibilities and choices opens unimaginable doors. Especially when you enrich yourself and others about Kailasa, it is directly injecting yourself and others with the nectar of Paramashiva. Paramashiva Amrita. Paramashiva Amrita, which comes from vertical time zone. I have seen in my life people who want to get enlightened, who enter into the organizations which is already well built, comfortable, luxurious, cozy life, like good rooms, good life, everything is there. From morning till evening, your routine is defined. They rot and die the worst death and waste their life. People who enter organization like us, Kailasa, alive, here from scratch you need to build, inside or outside. You are only given the spiritual tools and supported with ecosystem. For example, I have accommodation for more than 1,000 people in Adi Kailash. At least 1,000 people. And comfortable rooms, maybe at least 200 rooms we may be having, all put together. And other than that, the 1,000-bed dam, so many things are there. But I always make sure when newly people come for enlightenment, either for sannyas or brahmacharya, I make sure they stay in the temple, start building from scratch. I could have built huge stone temples and structures long before. But I am building enlightenment ecosystem, not organization. I am not here for some real estate wonders, architectural wonders, just to create some architectural wonder, real estate wonder, to go gaga about. No. I am here to create enlightenment ecosystem. அங்கம் வழுத்தாரை வைத்து தங்கக் கோயில் சமைப்போம் பரமசிவனுக்கு. வெறும் தங்கக் கோயில் செய்ய வரவில்லை. அங்கம் வழுத்தாரைக் கொண்டு தங்கம் செய்வோம். People whose inner spaces become gold, shining. Through them, the golden temple for Paramashiva should be built. அங்கம் பழுத்தாரைக் கொண்டு தங்கம் செய்து கோயில் செய்வோம் பரமசிவனுக்கு.
நித்யானந்தனே
கண்ணில் படும் பொன் வண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குரு நித்யன் பலமுகம் உள்ளம் மறி கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும் பக்தி எனும் சக்தி தனை அருளிடும் பெருமானே வேலும் உண்டு மயிலும் உண்டு வாழ்வினை காத்திட நீ அருகில் உண்டு ஆறிரு கைகள் அணைக்க உண்டு ஆறுமுகன் உண்டு சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள் சஷ்டியின் நாயகன் பிரணவத்தை உரைத்தவன் கையிலை அமர்ந்த எங்கள் சரவண பவன் சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள் கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள் இருக்கும் நெற்றியில் குங்குமம் வேலினை போலே தெரிகிறதே குரல் யாவும் இதயம் நுழைந்து சேவர் கொடி போல் அசைகிறதே
Listen carefully. Once Paramashiva, my guru, Arunagiri Yogishwara, told me directly and initiated me. He said, all your ideas about whether you are qualified, whether you understood, everything only is in the level of length, breadth, depth, dimension. But time is beyond all these three dimensions. So the protection of Mahakala Bhairava, manifestation of Mahakala Bhairava, the power of Mahakala Bhairava is beyond all your self-doubts, self-denial, self-hatred. It is pure transmission through initiation. With this powerful cognition, he initiated me. Now, empowered by Paramashiva as the living manifestation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva, I give you the same initiation. You will all experience the pure freedom, power of time. Time in the dimension of time itself, which is beyond length, breadth, depth, all self-doubts, self-hatred, self-denial. I channel that Paramashiva's initiation samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, through me into you all. Om. 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 Om.
ஜகம் யாவும் மனிதரின் மனங்கள் தாவியும் ஓடியும் திளைக்கிறதே. கையளவை கடலா எண்ணி வாழ்வை தினமும் தொலைக்கிறதே. அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீயே, இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் தீயே. அவனியில் கிடைத்த அதிசயம் நீயே, இருளை விளக்க வந்த காவியின் தீயே. கண்ணில் படும் பொன் பண்ண திருமுகம் சிந்தை தொடும் குருணித்தென் பலமுகம் உள்ளம் மதி கந்தன் முகம் இவன் என நிறைந்தானே. ஞானம் தரும் சிவயோக திருமுகம் காண பயம் யாவும் பரந்தோடிடும் பக்தி எனும் சக்தி இதனை அருளிடும் பெருமானே. அரோகரா அரோகரா மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே. தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே. குன்றின் மீதிலே குமரனாய் தெரிபவனே. தேவர் வேண்டிட வீரனாகிய சூரனை அழித்தவன் இவனே. கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும். கடல் தாண்டி மொழி தாண்டி தமிழ் பேசும் முந்தன் மொழி கேட்டு பல கோடி உயிர் பேசும். பால்காவடி பண்டிகாவடி அதை ஏந்தி ஆடி பாடிட மனம் மகிழ்ந்திட புடி திளைத்திட மலையேறி வந்து வணங்கிட. மாயோனின் மருகனே தமிழ் காக்கும் தலைவனே, வீரத்தின் புதல்வனே வேல் தாங்கும் வேந்தனே. வேலவா ஷண்முக கைலையாண்டிடும் நித்தனே பரம்பரவா. சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள். கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள்.
பெருமானே அருளிடும் பெருமானே பெருமானே.
வேலும் உண்டு மயிலும் உண்டு வாழ்வினை காத்திட நீ அருகில் உண்டு. ஆறிரு கைகள் அணைக்க உண்டு ஆறுமுகன் உண்டு. சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள். கணநாதனின் நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள். சஷ்டியின் நாயகன் பிரணவத்தை உரைத்தவன் கையிலை அமர்ந்த எங்கள் சரவண பவன். சிவசக்தியின் குமரனை முக்கண்ணன் புதல்வனை தரிசனம் செய்திடுங்கள். கணநாதனி நிலையவன் கார்த்திகை மைந்தனை கண்ணார கண்டிடுங்கள்.
సేవ్యమాన పావనాంగ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞ సూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి వృంద వందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే. దేవరాజ సేవ్యమాన పావనాంగ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞ సూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి వృంద వందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే. విశాలకీర్తిదాయకం కాశీవాసలోక పుణ్య పాపశోధకం విపుం నీతి మార్గ గోవిదం పురాతనం జగత్పతిం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే. కాలభైరవాష్టకం పఠంతి హే మనోహరం జ్ఞానముక్తి సాధనం విచిత్ర పుణ్యవర్ధనం లోకమోహ దైన్య లోక గోపతాపనాశనం హే ప్రయాతి కాలభైరవాంతి సన్నిధిం ధ్రువం. సేవ్యమాన పావనాంగ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞ సూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి వృంద వందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే. దేవరాజ సేవ్యమాన పావనాంగ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞ సూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి వృంద వందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాదినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే. काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोहरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधनं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं लोकमोहदैन्यलोभगोपतापनाशनं हे प्रयान्ति कालभैरवां सन्निधिं ध्रुवम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे पावनामृपङ्गजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे देवराजसेव्यमान पावनामृपङ्गजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भानुकोटिभास्वरं भवातिहारगम्बरं नीलकण्ठवीक्षितार्थदायकं प्रियोजनं कालकालमङ्कुलाक्षरक्षशूलमक्षरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे शूलटङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणं श्यामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं विरामयं भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे मुक्तिमुक्तिदायकं रतस्थचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थितं समस्तलोकविग्रहं विनिक्वलन्मनोग्रहेम किङ्किणीरसत्कटिं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकं धर्ममार्गनाशकं धर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं कर्णवर्णदेशपाशशोभिताङ्गमण्डलं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे रत्नपादुकाप्रभाविरामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालतं श्रमोक्षणं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहासमिन्नपद्मजाण्डकोशगन्धति दृष्टिपादनष्टपापजालमुद्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भूतसङ्गनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोहरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधनं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं लोकमोहदैन्यलोभगोपतापनाशनं हे प्रयान्ति कालभैरवां सन्निधिं ध्रुवम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे
Om. Om. Through this initiation, I give you the power to break free from the brain fog. Look at all the choices, powers, possibilities in your life. Expand, expand, expand beyond self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Time in its pure dimension of time itself is freedom. Listen. Multiple times when people get my answers for their question, they feel, oh God, what a big breakthrough. I never thought that choice exists for me, that possibility exists for me. How I did not even look at that possibility which was in my plain view. How did I have so much of blind spots? Because you are filled with brain fog. Break from the brain fog. Listen, I'll give you some of the incidents. How people had breakthroughs with the possibilities. Actually, when you see your possibilities and powers and start analyzing, start stepping beyond your brain fog, that circular time rut, and start looking at the possibilities, the strength and the courage and excitement, inspiration you manifest in all dimensions. One person came and told me, Swamiji, you instructed me so many times to make my family connected to you, but I am not able to inspire my daughter to be connected to you, to connect it through devotion, feeling connection. She is making her own decisions and choices. I said, don't worry. Nothing to worry. I only want one child from you. Plan for one more child. That's all. If your daughter makes her own decisions, she carries on with her life, don't worry. Plan for the next child and bring that child up, grow that child with intense, powerful cognitions and initiations. Send the child to the Gurukul. The moment he started looking into this possibility, the power, excitement, intensity, everything he started manifesting, gave breakthrough for him in all dimensions of life. Whether in his relationship, in his wealth, health, enlightenment, power manifestation, because when you break this circular time, that rut of circular time, repetitive, frustrating, boring, tiring, unable to solve and handle the issues, that kind of a pattern and mental setup, and step beyond the new possibilities and excitement and inspiration. I said, when you step beyond the brain fog and start seeing things different world opens to you. He was shocked. He said, yes, Swamiji. How did I not look at this possibility? Why did I not think about it? I said, that's what is brain fog. You are not too old. You are young enough. Plan for the one more child. Let your daughter know. Swamiji does not want to disturb her decisions and freedom. Let her live her life. No problem. Plan for one more child. Bring that baby consciously and evolve, raise for the life of Hinduism and enlightenment. Send the child to the Gurukul. Over. Anyone who feels they are not able to inspire their kids, start planning for one more child. With this decision, with this possibility, you will see not just in this one problem, you will find solution, excitement, inspiration, being alive in every direction. Suddenly you will see your health becomes so powerful. You start manifesting powers and possibilities. Suddenly you start manifesting new business and opportunities for the wealth, career. Suddenly you see the relationships around you become beautiful and exciting. You will see in few days the daughter who was not ready to listen to you, to be connected to me, suddenly comes back and connects. Because even she feeling not connected is somewhere the brain fog blind spot in you. When you give a breakthrough to yourself, you give a breakthrough to others. I have seen whether you are a sannyasi or a grihastha or a brahmachari, any level you are, when you break from your brain fog and get out of this circular motion time rut, frustrating, tiring, boring, and push it back, when you step beyond, you manifest such amazing, wonderful, different lokas in you. I'll give you the initiation into vertical time zone, the higher principles. After a small break, prepare yourself for that initiation. I'll be back for the initiation in few minutes. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nithyanam, thank you very much, Swamiji, for such a powerful initiation and in-depth truths about the time and space dimension. As Swamiji shared, let us all prepare ourselves to receive the initiation, and let us take a few minute break. It is 12:13 a.m. IST now. Let us take a quick 5-minute break and come back at 12:18 a.m. IST for the further segments of the today's webinar on decoding time and space. So let us gather back in 5 minutes.
The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Yes. Nithyananda, welcome back. What a amazing webinar introduction, and from Swamiji, answering all, many of our questions, about time, and we also have Ma Atmadayananda here. Yes. So really, yes, great. Welcome. So I really, Swamiji so beautifully spoke about the three dimensions, of time, the linear, circular, and vertical dimensions, and really how we're stuck in the circular, repetitive cycle, the repetitive, frustrating, with the frustrating mental setup, that we live in, and it's very important for us to, really come. Get a breakthrough in that repetitive life cycle, and really, the experiencing the vertical dimensions, liberating yourself from, the brain fog, which is so. It just resonates with me, and it's really so very important now that we understand this, and. Wanted to have Ma Atmadayananda also to share. Please go ahead.
Nithyananda to everybody listening and watching. First of all, the moment Swamiji mentioned dimensions of time, I was like, I didn't even think that there are dimensions. I just understood time as a very flat thing. And every time Swamiji is, whenever he reveals these truths, it's like literally opens one aspect of my brain. So when Swamiji mentioned again about the brain fog, I have mentioned this before to in other sessions, that whenever I've done Nirahara Samyama, I felt like this brain fog has been removed from my brain, and spot on, I'm able to see things more clearly, able to see the blind spots, and able to have the breakthrough. So I was able to connect with what Swamiji was mentioning. So for me, it's again, it's like Swamiji's answering all my questions, and then Swamiji says, if people feel like I'm answering their questions or answering the queries that they're having. So for me, the webinar, first of all, the fact that Swamiji said there are dimensions to time. I've always thought time is time. It's just, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's such a flat experience of time I've had. And then suddenly there's this dynamism to it. And then related to that, there is this aspect of having breakthroughs when we understand the dimensions properly. And in the completion session this morning, I mentioned that we go through this round and round and round and round patterns of doing the same thing again and again till we decide, no, I've had enough of this, and drop it. But then the blind spots that Swamiji's mentioned, that you don't, there's a problem, but you're not able to see what that issue is. And now the initiation that helps us have a breakthrough, that's even more exciting. So I've come away from this whole, you have come just listening to Swamiji and coming here to share. It's like these are the points I've picked up. So that's what I would say, Shri Amrita.
Great. Yes, and also, just like how Swamiji, shared, just the mere understanding and, the conscious decision, understanding about, the various aspects of time, the linear, circular, and, the vertical dimensions of, time, you align yourself, to all the boons and powers from Paramashiva. Just the mere understanding and the conscious decision, is really such a very powerful freedom, that each one of us can experience. And really, there's something beyond, how we understand, the length, breadth, and, depth dimension.
Yes, absolutely. And nothing better than actually testing out what you apply, what Swamiji has just shared, the initiations, and then applying them directly to towards something. Like if you're stuck, so immediately I was like, what is the blind spot? What blind spots am I having at the moment? What is the project that I want to have a breakthrough? It's applying all of Swamiji's initiations immediately and thinking through as to which project next. What is it that I want to manifest in my life? Is it a better relationship, or something with, I want my parents to be more connected to Swamiji? What is it? I want to attend Paramashivoham 3 example, right? What is it that I want to manifest? Do I want to manifest a new business? Then I can start to apply whatever Swamiji's shared in this webinar towards that. That's what I would immediately think of doing.
Yes, great. Really, I encourage now all of you, who are watching this webinar live, to take a moment, sign up, for Paramashivoham Level 3, coming up, and where you will experience the deeper dimensions of time, through various, deeper dimensions, that would be, in the program. I'm sure, we'll have deeper cognitions about the various aspects of, time, like how Swamiji shared about that at the depth level, being able to understand, astrology, the influence on us, on Rashis, Nakshatra, is really a huge, opening, for all of us, to even understand, this cognize about time. So I invite all of you to take a moment to register for the upcoming Paramashivam program. Let's take a few minutes, and I request all the coordinators to help, with the participants who are actually watching, the webinar live, to help them with the registrations. And also, in the meantime, we can help also share. Actually, so many people excited, in the last, ever since the Paramashivam was announced, so many people have actually beautifully manifested, for Paramashivam. And I wanted to, share a couple of videos, video testimonials.
The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins.
Yes, Nithyanandam, we are back. Just had a technical glitch. Yes, Nithyanandam, Mahatmadayananda. Yes, great. So we're back. So I think we had just given a short break, for all the city coordinators to help, with all the, people are so excited about, attending Paramashiva home. So just wanted to give them, a little bit of time to register. If we can have, the registration link projected. Yes, Mahatmadayananda, please go ahead.
Yes, I've actually, there's been a lot of excitement, had lots of queries coming through for where to register, how to register, for kids as well, for children, if there's a separate registration. So after a while, it's been a long time since we've had a program directly with Swamiji. So there is a real buzz and also curiosity, because with Swamiji, you think, okay, you've reached a level and you can't go any further. There is no way to go any more further. And then Swamiji comes along and just blows the, like I can tell you personally, just blows my mind. And I'm like, is it even possible to go to a next level or next level? Because the level that he takes us to itself is so amazing. Like, for myself, I would say that my whole journey from simple Nitya Dhyan meditation, where I felt like, wow, something's happened in my life, some transformations happened, which I felt like this, a real experience. And then from that to Life Bliss Level 1, which is a 7 chakras program, 2-day program. Then there's Inner Awakening. And then there is another program that's Cruise Inner Awakening. Then there is Bali Inner Awakening. And then there's another, Cambodia Inner Awakening. Every time it just gets bigger, better. And exactly that, it's always expansion, expansion, expansion. Each time, Swamiji takes us to the next level, the next exciting platforms. So now I am just curious, really curious as to what is Swamiji opening up for us. And the last webinar we had, when Swamiji was actually initiating, for the first time, I've said it, verbalized that yes, Paramashiva is real, Paramashiva is real. I've verbalized it, Kailasa is real, but in the actual initiation, I experienced it. Like it was beyond any doubt. And it wasn't about me convincing anybody else, but I had that glimpse. And I'm excited to see what Swamiji is going to do in Paramashiva level 3, taking everybody through to all these dimensions, and the time itself has dimensions. So this is the next Shri Amrita. I don't know about you, but this is my curiosity peaked, like to what is going to happen in Paramashivam level 3, because even the webinars are like a little tiny sneak preview into the 21 days, but I'm sure the 21 days are going to be blowing everything, every neural network in the brain. I'm sure everything is going to get challenged and taken to a more clear space and a new way of looking at life and experiencing life. So that's how I'm feeling at the moment. This curiosity in me has peaked, like, exactly what is Swamiji gonna be doing in those 10 days, 21 days? And surely it'll be something that we've never done before.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Swamiji always, we all know. So Swamiji has bought so many gifts, for us to, shower on us. And every time, he has one, to, shower on us. And, it's eternal, never-ending, never-endingly showering on us, every time something new. And this time, especially it's going to be something really, very unique. Because after 3 years, gap, we are again, having this amazing, very successful program. 1 and 2 were so successful. All of them had so many good things to say about Paramashiva level 1 and 2, and now we are having 3, and there's something to expect, something extraordinary. In Paramashivam level 3. So I really encourage all of the Paramashivam level 1, level 2 participants, IA grads, and all the new people who want to really get introduced. Do not miss this 21-day program. So kindly register, and our coordinators will be there to help you with any questions, queries that you may have.
Yes, and Shri Amrita, actually registering, Swamiji many times have said, you take one step towards me and I take, well, it's more than 1,000 steps. Surely there's like a quantum leap Swamiji will take towards us, right? So the first step towards my own transformation is registering for Paramashivoham. Whether there is time, whether there is, time off from work. Now at the moment with COVID the way it is, I'm sure most people are working from home. So there's a flexibility there. So there's, whether it is time or, one of the, either the parents or family member, husband, wife is like, no, you're not going. We've got this money for something else. Or whether there is money itself, whatever the obstacle may be, what is in my hands without obstacle is to register. So registering is the first step. Registering would be the first step. That is taking the first step and saying, yes, I want to experience Paramashivoham. I want to experience myself as Paramashiva, myself in a powerful way. And then we see how cosmos takes, how Swamiji himself will take a quantum leap towards us so that we can manifest it. So everybody that is watching, everybody that is on 2-way, 1-way, you're in your home, maybe you're very comfortable with your cup of coffee, sitting there, maybe, with your hot water bottle. If you're like me, you'll have a hot water bottle when you're watching satsang or watching a webinar. Then please, the one thing you can do is register. That's the first step. And then any support that is required, the leads, the Sangha members, any Kailasian, Adinavasis, Sannyasis will call you, support you for the rest. Share how unclutching is done, how completion is done, and then take you towards the next steps, so that you can meet that space of where Swamiji wants to take us, where he is holding his hand out and saying, come and explore all these different dimensions that are available. He's holding his hand out through this webinar. All we need to do is register and hold on to that hand. Like literally you're taking that hand and saying, yes, Swamiji, take me to those dimensions. And what an adventure it will be. It will be a real life giving adventure. So this broad smile on my face is just thinking about what Swamiji is going to do. So yeah, Shramrita, I would encourage everybody who's watching, 1-way, 2-way, to register. That's the first step.
Great. Yes. And also now, while everybody is registering, I would request, we have received, a couple of testimonials, recent people who have, really, manifested for Paramashiva 3, and they're very excited, to attend the program. So I would request, us to play the few video testimonials that we have received.
Nithyanandam, everyone. I'm Kitty from Kailasa Chinese World. I'm very happy to be here to share with you all about my experiences of PSM Level 2 program. I took the program in March last year. And before the program, I was a typical Chinese tiger mom who tortured my son and myself for many years. I was very negative. I was full of worries and fears. So my life was a misery. And I inflicted a lot of fears on my son as well. But after meeting Swamiji, after taking the program, one of the greatest things I learned from Swamiji's teachings is doing completion. It's really useful in every single way. It's one of the most powerful tools in one's life. It changed me totally. By doing completion with myself, and especially by doing completion with my parents, my inner space has totally changed. Now I can always feel calm, peaceful, happy, and secure and abundant inside. And my son has also changed along with me. He used to be shy. He used to say no to many things. He used to have very low level of energy. But now he's bright, happy, relaxed, and energetic. And he's also proud of me because I'm part of Kailasa Chinese World and I'm part of Kailasa's mission. My son shares the vision of Swamiji's. So this is so auspicious. And my parents also sponsored me to go to PSM Level 3. This is so wonderful. I have never imagined. The life I'm having now, I would never imagine. All thanks to Swamiji. I'm really, really grateful. So please come and experience the PSM Level 2 and give your life a total transformation and a huge breakthrough. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. Hi everyone, my name's Sherry. I'm a participant of Paramashiva Level 2 program. I hereby really grateful to share some of my experience with you. Before I joined this program, I was just graduated from college and get really confused about what I shall do in the future. But after I joined this program, I get much more than I expected. When I was Swamiji, I know that I am the creator of the world. I can manifest whatever I want. And all of a sudden, all the problems I can never solve, all the dreams I can never dream of, and all the sorrows I can swallow become so easy. When I cry because of pain, he was able to hold my hand and comfort me. And when I was just looking at him, I saw him dancing around me at the back, at the front, at the left, and the right, and he's with me 24/7. He teaches me that with the will, we can conquer everything. Now I become the seeker to figure out the life puzzle and solve them. And I know that I become a much more confident person about myself and life. And I know that Kundalini and Enlightenment is not impossible, and all of us can do that. I wish all of you guys have the chance to participate in this program and finding out a better self. Hope you the best. Thank you.
大家好，我是第26期的学员李淼，我想跟大家分享一下，就是3期课程我报名的一个经历。因为当时我知道有3期课程的时候，不管我用各种各样的办法，不管 就是我竭尽全力，我必须得上那个课。就我很明白，就是很多时候，当我们就是有意识的决定，这个应该就叫有意识的决定吧，因为它是从灵魂，真的是从灵魂发出的一种声音，它不是说用我们的二元逻辑去算计的这些声音。所以我当时我就明白这个东西我必须要上，就不管我付出多大的代价，我都要上。那宇宙的法则就是这样，其实师父就是看你有没有这个意愿嘛。我当时提前付款的时候，因为是1月中上旬，然后因为我的很多的固定支出，包括公司的支出，我都在每个月的月底。然后事实上，我当时卡里的钱根本就还不够月底所有这些东西的支出，因为我的那个支出很大，我每个月的支出都很大，不是用在我自己身上的，是各种各样的贷款呀，然后还有那个公司的固定支出就很大。
Yes, Nithyananda, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, so I hope we also wanted to have live testimonials also. We will, have also have live testimonials, in the upcoming webinars, and really, and also I kindly request everybody, listening, to this webinar, to sign up for the Paramashiva level 3. And regarding the upcoming dates, the next early bird ends, runs through from January 29th through February 9th. And I encourage all of you to take advantage of the early bird offer, early bird discount. You can attend, with your family as well, and really experience, the true freedom. How Swamiji said, it's really important for us to really understand, cognize the power of time, and really get a breakthrough for all of us. Yes, Mahatma Dayananda.
Indeed. So we've just passed the first early bird discount that was available, which was the 29th of January, and the 30th, as you mentioned, there's the next. So there's lots and lots of registrations already completed before the 29th. Now I would say jump in and see Swamiji is just escalating the experiences, making them available. We're getting we're getting into the readiness. I would say Swamiji is getting us ready more and more to receive the powerful experiences available during Paramashiva level 3. So I would say jump in now so that we can start to get more closer to the more deeper experiences available. So that's all I would say. Thank you so much, Sri Amrita, for inviting me.
Great. So with this, let's get ready for the initiation. We're very eagerly awaiting for Swamiji to come back and take us through the initiation. With this, we'll move to the next step.
The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower. Om Nithyananda.
கருப்பானித கருப்பானித போட்ட விரைவு கருப்ப கருப்பா என்ன கருப்பா தீமைகளை ஒழிச்சு விடணும் கருப்பா நிஜ கருப்பா கருப்ப 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 கருப்பா நிஜ கருப்பா என்ன விலைக்கு போட்ட விலைக்கு வரணும் கருப்பா நிஜ கருப்பா கருப்ப 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 கருப்பா என்ன கருப்பா தீமைகளை ஒழிச்சு விடணும் கருப்பா நிஜ கருப்பா
Om, Om. Yes. Now, suddenly I am seeing the rush of questions about the subject I touched, that plan for one more child. Understand? I don't want to divert the subject of the webinar now. I wanted to focus on the webinar subject, decoding time and space. But I'll utter few words to answer many of the questions getting flooded. First thing, listen. There are people who are very intimate to me, whom I really love. They love me more than their life. They really want to be in Kailasa with me. But for various reasons, physically they are not able to be with me in Kailasa for various reasons. And I don't want to get into those reasons. And no reason as a solution. Some of them may not be able to be with me physically in the Kailasa. For those kind of people who are really committed to me, take me seriously, literally keep the Kailasa ecosystem where they live, but not able to be with me in Kailasa, the best thing I'll tell you is, from your DNA, either one of your daughter or son, give them to Gurukul. Listen to this carefully. Your DNA inheritor, when I awaken them with powers and enlightenment, when I make them manifest enlightenment, it is not alone that it is not that they only will go to the Kailasa. It's not that they are only going to get enlightened and benefited. You will also be reaching the higher space and Kailasa. Understand, it is one of the most powerful signs of Hinduism. Maybe I'll do a separate webinar on this subject. Nakarmana, na prajaya, na danena, tyagenaika amritatvamana. Not by the karma, not by the praja, not by the dana, but by sacrificing all these three, amritatva, immortality is achieved. It has a meaning. It has a meaning. And I even saw a question. Can we adopt a child and give them to Gurukul? Hey. That is like, you go to a shop, pay $1 and get a gallon of milk and come and pour it on Paramashiva linga. and ask for the benefit. Listen, when an agriculture who maintains the cow, who almost spends his whole day with cows, the essence of his whole day work, karma, the essence of his karma is the milk. When he brings and offers that milk on the Shivalinga, the result is different. When you go to a shop and buy 1 gallon milk for $1 or 2 and come and pour it on Shivalinga, that result will be different. Surrogacy is okay. Surrogacy is okay, but adopted child getting enlightened will not help your DNA directly. The child from your DNA, prajaya, your praja, when you give as tyaga, and that child gets awakened, manifests powers, enlightenment, it directly triggers your DNA and raises you to the enlightenment Kailasa. See, there are many people who are so integrated to me. I feel like I should reciprocate their integrity. Only to them I tell, hey, make sure your son is connected to me, your daughter is connected to me. Send your daughter to Gurukul, send your son to Gurukul. I won't tell this to everyone. Neither they are going to listen, nor I will tell. Why will I tell? Only if I am seriously interested in you, I will tell, hey, from your DNA, give a child to me, to the Gurukul. If your daughter or son already grown up and they are not listening to you, they are making their own decisions, don't worry. Plan for one more baby. From your DNA, when a child reaches the Gurukul and gets the experience of power manifesting, enlightenment, lives this tapas life towards enlightenment, not only the child reaches Mahakailasa, you also reach Mahakailasa. It's like it triggers you straight. Unimaginable good things are done to you. That is why many times people who are very sincere to me, but they are not able to be in Kailasa with me for various reasons. I tell them it's okay. Give one son or daughter to the Gurukul. That's enough, because when I make them enlightened, you will reach enlightenment. I will do a separate webinar on this. Na nakarmana, na prajaya, na danena, tyagenaikye amritatvamanasu. That is why I insist, borrowed money cannot give enlightenment. Your money means which is involved your life, your time, your energy, your hopes, your dreams, your future plans. All of that put together is your money. When you offer that, that gives you the breakthrough. When you offer
திட்டிடவே மாயாண்டி வாராரு 18ஆம் படி இறங்கி Mama உடுக்க சத்தம் ஊரெல்லாம் கட்டிடவே வாராயா வாராயா சந்தன பொடி பூசி சாம்பிராணி மணமணக்க Mama உடுக்க சத்தம் ஊரெல்லாம் கட்டிடவே வாராயா வாராயா மொட்ட கருப்பு வாராயா
Yes, listen. I'll do a separate webinar on the subject Nakarmana, Na Prajaya, Danena, Tyagenaika Amritatvamana. I'll do that later. For now, I'll just conclude with this. If one child from your DNA, either your son or daughter, is part of my Gurukul, part of my Kailasavasis, Adinavasis, Savasis, Adinavasis, my enlightenment ecosystem. My enlightenment ecosystem. Grown up and they are not listening to you. You are not able to connect them to me and send them to Gurukul. Don't worry. Go for one more child. Because this will do good to you. This will do good to you. Having one of your son or daughter in the Gurukul, part of my enlightenment ecosystem, directly enlightens you. Because it's a science. When the DNA gets awakened with enlightenment and starts raising consciously, without even you doing any effort or tapas, your consciousness also starts raising. That is why that sloka, Veda mantra says, Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, tyage, naike, amritatvamana. People misunderstand this line. They think, oh, not by the karma, not by the inheritors, not by the wealth, immortality can be achieved. No, understand that line, keyword. All these three, when you do tyaga, immortality is achieved. By not having, you are not going to achieve immortality. That is sannyas life, that is different. But if you are a grihastha, having and doing tyaga raises you to immortality. Amritatva. So now, I have so many questions on this subject. I'll do a webinar on it. Why your inheritor, one person from your DNA, should be part of the enlightenment ecosystem if you are not able to be part of the Kailasa physically for various reasons. Same way, what kind of a money should be donated to Kailasa to get the best? When the money earned by your sincere hard work, time, treasure, talent, with your hopes, your future plans, everything, when that is donated, then all your future plans become reality. Much more with a powerful breakthrough from Paramashiva himself. I'll explain that science also in one webinar. So now with this, I'll initiate all of you. Listen, this Paramashivoham level 3, I'm going to initiate all of you and make you experience all the 108 great gifts I brought from Kailasa till now. Science of unclutching, science of completion, science of power manifestation, science of the vertical time zone, science of levitation, all these different gifts I brought from Kailasa. I'm going to initiate and make it as a reality for all of you through this Paramashivoham level 3. That's all. Now, I'll initiate all of you into the vertical time zone. Sit straight, keep your Atmalinga, and I'll do my job. You just sit and relax. Om.
सेव्यमान पावनामृ पंकजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादि योगि वृन्द वन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे देवराज सेव्यमान पावनामृ पंकजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादि योगि वृन्द वन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे
Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, Om, Om. Om, Om.
कालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोहरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधनं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं योगमोहदैन्यलोभगोपदापनाशनं ते प्रयाति कालभैरवां विसन्निधिं ध्रुवम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 स्थिरस्थाणु प्रभुर्भीम प्रवरो वरदो वरः सर्वात्मा सर्वविख्यात सर्वकरो भवः जटी चर्वी शिखण्डी च सर्वाङ्ग सर्वभावनः हरश्च हरिणाक्षश्च सर्वभूतहर प्रभुः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 प्रवृत्तिश्च निवृत्तिश्च नियत साक्ष्मतो ध्रुवः श्मशानवासी भगवान् गचरो गोचरोर्धनः अभिवाद्यो महाकर्मा तपस्वी भूतभावनः उन्मत्त वेषप्रच्छन्नः सर्वलोकप्रजापतिः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 महारूपो महाकायो वृषरूपो महायशः महात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा विश्वरूपो महाहनुः लोकपालोऽन्तर्हितात्मा प्रसादो हयकर्तभिः पवित्रं च महांश्चैव नियमो नियमाश्रितः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
Om. 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 Om.
करो हर ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय 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 कमण्डलूधरो धन्वी बाणहस्तः कपालवान् अर्शनी शतति खड्गी पट्टिसि सायुधि महान् शुभहस्त सुरूपक्ष तेजस्करो निधिः पुष्णीः च सुवक्त्रश्च उदग्रो विनतस्तथा ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय तीर्थश्च हरिकेशश्च सुतीर्थ कृष्ण एव च शृगालरूप सिद्धार्थो मुण्डसर्वशुभङ्करः अजश्च बहुरूपश्च गन्धधारी कपर्ध्यपि ऊर्ध्वरेता ऊर्ध्वलिङ्ग ऊर्ध्वशायी नभस्थलः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय 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 त्रिजनिचिरवासाश्च रुद्रसेनापतिर्विभुः अधश्चरो नक्तञ्चरस्तिग्ममन्युः सुवर्चसः गजः दैत्यः कालो लोकधाता गुणाकरः सिंहशार्दूलरूपश्च आर्द्रचर्माम्बरावृतः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय 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 कालयोगी महानाद सर्वकामश्चतुष्पथः निशाचरः प्रेतचारी भूतचारी महेश्वरः बहुभूतो बहुधरः स्वर्भानुरमितो गतिः नृत्यप्रियो नित्यनर्तो नर्तकः सर्वलालसः ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि
Om.
ओम नमः शिवाय
Om.
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय गुरुमहात्मा पाशो नित्योगिरिरुहो नभः सहस्रहस्तो विजयो व्यवसायोऽज्ञतन्द्रितः अदर्शनो दर्शनात्मा यज्ञः कामनाशकः दक्षयागापहारी च
Oh, with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam Paramadvaitam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Om Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Hari